For the first time in a while, we're not really discussing just a character from a game, but actually an entire game in this episode. In today's episode of World of Light Lore, we're talking about the Game & Watch game Oil Panic. In the 1980s, Nintendo would release a line of hybrid LCD handheld watches and video games that would come to be known as the Game & Watch series. This line of products featured simple score-based gameplay as well as a clock and an alarm. The series was developed by Nintendo designer Gunpei Yokoi, who was handpicked by Nintendo management after they found the previous toys that he had been designing on his own. Yokoi would later go on to work on the original Game Boy, Metroid, Super Mario Land, and the Virtual Boy, among other products. The gameplay of most of these were very simple, with a number of pre-printed sprites on the watch that got lit up as you played. These were considered the grandfather of the Nintendo handheld consoles, so really it's largely thanks to the Game & Watch's success that we even have such consoles like the DS or the Switch. Now, for the game that we're actually discussing from the franchise, Oil Panic. This was a dual-screen Game & Watch game that was released in May of 1982. The game is set in a gas station, and you have to control the station helper to collect the drops from leaky pipes and dump them into your boss's oil drum. If you don't collect the oil fast enough, they'll cause fires. You score points by catching and depositing oil, and if you either overflow your oil or spill it somewhere not into the drum, you can potentially receive a game over. There is a modern version of the Oil Panic game that can be found in the Game Boy release of Game & Watch Gallery. In this digital version, classic Nintendo characters are included in the minigames. In Oil Panic, this time it's Bowser that's dumping the oil on top of the castle, and Mario needs to collect it in buckets and give it to Yoshi for removal. In the Smash Bros. Series, most of Mr. Game & Watch's moveset draws inspiration from original Game & Watch games, and Oil Panic is represented by his down B move. By holding it down, Game & Watch holds out his bucket and can absorb energy-based attacks into it. Once you get 3 units of charge in the bucket, you can shoot the oil out of it to deal massive damage to enemies. Now, it's time to see if we can take on this blast from the past in Smash Bros. Go! Thank you guys for watching, I appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.